Yeah, we see all over the world this tension between the need and the desire to modernize and the need and the desire to preserve tradition. And in both cases, we need to be wise. We shouldn't modernize blindly, just adopting the latest technology just because it's there. And similarly, we shouldn't preserve traditions just because they are there. The fact that something is old doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Every tradition was once new. Every tradition.
Absolutely, yeah.
So every tradition, when you trace it to the beginning, you find somebody who said for the first time, let's wear this kind of clothes, or let's do this kind of ritual, and everybody says, no, 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 no. This is not the way we do it in the past. And they managed to convince them, no, let's do it like this, and then after a couple of generations, then it becomes tradition. But every tradition was once new. And again, human beings, as we know them today, all the nations, all the culture, it's very, very new. Because if you look, the oldest religions today, the oldest nations, they go back maybe 5,000 years.
Maximum.
Now, 5,000 years, when you think about it in terms of our own life, it sounds a long time. If you think about it in terms of, political events, it's such a long time, 5,000 years. We can barely think in 5 days. But if you look at the real span of history, it's such a short time. Yes. Humans have been on the planet for more than 2 million years. The planet itself is 4 billion years. When I think about what is really tradition, what is really, really deep tradition. So I think, for example, about breathing. That we breathe in, we breathe out. We do it all the time, otherwise we don't live. It connects us to all other living beings.
True.
Elephants also breathe, and fish breathe, everybody breathes. There is something very deep in it. Because, you take something from the world, you give back something to the world. You take something from the world, you give back. And it's no coincidence that in many meditation traditions, you start with breathing. It's the first thing you learn about yourself is that I'm breathing. Which sounds ridiculous. Everybody knows they are breathing. But no, like when you start meditating, you realize how little you know about this thing of breathing. And this is kind of the oldest tradition. And I think about religion in Israel. So Judaism, which many people say, this is a very old religion. So again, Judaism is maybe 3,000 years old. In terms of generations, it's 100 generations. If I think about the key Jewish traditions, so tomorrow we have the Passover celebration, one of the most important rituals in the Jewish calendar, where all the family gathers to commemorate how the Jews came out of slavery in Egypt. And people say this connects us to the previous generations. And it's just 100 generations at most. When I breathe, it connects me to hundreds of millions generations of breathing entities that came before me. This is such a deep thing. And again, you look at our basic emotions, love, hate, anger, whatever you feel, your breath changes. Like you fall in love, your breath immediately changes. Yes. You become angry with somebody, your breath changes.
Yes, faster.
So our deepest emotions, you don't understand them by looking at, again, Jewish tradition of 100 generations. You want to understand love and hate, you need to think in terms of millions of years. And what strikes me about technology is that it threatens even that we are now creating new entities. Again, like AI doesn't breathe.
Of course.
But when I think about my relation with AI or with new types of beings that might come to dominate the planet, so one of the things I think about, this is not a breathing entity.